put up in case it is still recording, already recording?
I think they will do it. They exactly know when we should start.
No, I'm saying, can I put up the first page of the presentation so that?
Not now, because I do make some. I welcome all of you and do make some.
Sure, we'll wait till 3 o'clock.
Yes. कहाँ है और बाकी हमारे साथी लोग? डॉक्टर जैन साहब कहाँ हैं?
They will all join.
जैन साहब नहीं है आज. ये आ गए. नमस्कार मनीष जी. नमस्कार. अरे अनम्यूट तो करो भाई मेरे.
Hi, good afternoon, all of you.
Hello. Now I can. Everybody's here now. You can see. Hello, Shivani, Mansi, Manish.
Hi, Santosh.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Santosh. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Moni.
Hi.
It's a full house here. So let's start now. I think, as I said, we know that the format of this webinar is like this. We are not getting many people from outside, but that doesn't discourage us. But we initially started with this hope that a large number of people will be coming, asking questions, and our chat boxes will be full. None of these happened, but essentially we started with a very modest expectation that at least we will be able to talk about ourselves, about our program, about our courses, about our university, and the practices that we sort of believe in some ways. And so with this modest expectation, we started this series of webinar. And today we have had, this is the 12th, I think, or 11th, just 2-3 remaining now. There were, so so far so good. I see that when the recorded versions are posted, hundreds of viewers watch it. And that's an encouraging sign that at least 700 people watched together. So that and I'm sure that as the CUET results come out, I think it's expected any time. I think there'll be more visitors to those videos, those recorded versions that we are posting at our website. So in that sense, it is making sense. And we have been doing this, as I said elsewhere, that we do this sort of discussion after what we call orientation before every admission. But we thought, or some of us believe, that probably we need to talk about it a little earlier than what we used to do it once they join us, obviously we introduce them to the courses and the program. But we thought that let's talk about our programs beforehand, before they make take the call, they take the decision as to where to go, what course to do, and they should. So I think with this interest that we decided to do this series of webinars, and therefore we are going to converse amongst ourselves. This is a conversation, and then talking about our programs and courses, and all three actually. There is no BA component here, but there is a master and PhD component. So, is Sonita Singh, you wanted to say something?
No, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think broadly speaking, since it is being done by the Student Services Division, in every webinar I do make some points about the why everybody should consider Ambedkar University Delhi programs. And to take us rather seriously, and they should definitely look at our programs, our syllabus, and also at our faculty colleagues. And so I've been saying that this is all that we have to show the faculties in each program. Actually, I would say everywhere. And so if that is the case, and we believe in that, so why not talk about ourselves and talk about our programs? So somebody, when they make a presentation, I think you must have seen some recordings before. We also talk about our specializations. What did we do before, and who we are, in that sense, each one of us, about the specialization that caters to the PhD aspirants, number one, and also generally people get to know about what does it represent, like what is the general vibe about the program, and what do we do, who we are, and what is our writing specialization, etc. So all that is what is the reason behind these webinars, frankly speaking, to talk about ourselves. Let me put it very bluntly, and we are hoping that some of these will translate into more students applying for courses and programs in Ambedkar University. Of course, these 3-4 things I say everywhere, I'm going to repeat it here also, that we are Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Delhi, and it's a state university of government of Delhi. And there are, of course, hundreds of Ambedkar universities and colleges and institutions in the country. Even there is a college by the name of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar College in Delhi University. And sometimes it creates confusion. We are a new university, relatively new, 14, 15 years would be a small history. So therefore we thought that we need to clarify some of these, because many a times students and parents and others who are interested, they think, oh, you are part of Delhi University. It's a college. And it's not. Actually, we are a university with multiple campuses. We are a unitary idea, and there are multiple campuses. We have 4 campuses in the city of Delhi. One is in Kashmiri Gate, one is in Karampura, third one is in Lodi Road, and the fourth is in Kutub Institutional Area. Lodi Road is where the School of Educational Studies is located. Similarly, there are various programs and schools which are located in different locations, as I said, 4 campuses that we have. But we do not have affiliate. We don't affiliate. There are no colleges affiliated to Ambedkar University at all. One. The second thing is that given the fact it is a Delhi Government University, 85% of our seats are reserved for Delhi students and 15% for outside Delhi. Now, Delhi students are those, or Delhi walas are those who have done their last education degree from Delhi colleges. For example, if you're looking for a master's program in the School of Educational Studies, then what makes you a Delhi wala is if you have done your graduation from any of the colleges of Delhi University or institution, then you qualify to get that 85% reservation. That is what has to be made very clear. Also, there are, of course, all of you are going to make presentation about the courses and programs and the faculties. I would like to add that Ambedkar University Delhi, since the day we joined, where we started, I think we have been very committed to 2 things, to 2 keywords: access and inclusion, and the sensitivity to the margin. And I'm very proud to say that this is probably the only university which gives 100% tuition fee waiver on from the day one for the students coming from the SC/ST background and PWD background. So I think this is something that I want to say from in the beginning itself, that apart from this, there are various waivers which are linked with income of the family, and which is there in our brochure. So what we are trying to say is that this should not dissuade anybody from it. Economic marginality should not dissuade anyone to dream of a seat in Delhi or to pursue their higher education aspiration. So Ambedkar University, therefore, is very committed to those ideals, and we take it very seriously. So therefore, with these notes, preliminary notes, I would like to welcome all of you for this webinar. And at some point, maybe towards the end, I will come and add. I would hope that many of you will talk about learning enhancement. Our curriculum has a very strong field-based component, almost 25% dedicated weightage to the field work, hands-on learning, and internship, etc., and some career prospects, etc. Some of these things I would expect you will definitely touch upon. So this is all that we have, and I now request the Dean of the school, Professor Sunita Singh, to please start the presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Santosh. I am Sunita Singh, and I am the Dean of the School of Education Studies. Santosh, I think this is a very good initiative that you have started. And so what we are going to do today, so I am just, okay. For some reason, share, okay, sorry. So I will do a brief presentation on the school, and Santosh, I will actually begin from what you have been talking about in terms of the university, because the question that you are talking about, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, we have also faced this question many times actually. So and please to say anything if I am missing, or if you wish to add. So me and our faculty, we will be doing the presentation, and hopefully if there are some potential students who are joining from outside, I hope they can also come and join and ask questions. So this is the School of Education Studies, as Dr. Santosh has already mentioned. So we are one of the campuses located at Lodi Road. This is the front of the building, and this was a summer school where we can see most of the faculty and the students. So we are, the school of course is a part of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, also known as AUT. And it is a state university established by the government of NCT of Delhi in 2008, and very importantly guided by Dr. Ambedkar's vision of bridging equality with social justice and excellence. And this is something you will see in many of the provisions that we have in the university, some of the programs that Dr. Santosh has already mentioned actually. And one of the very few universities that only focus on research and teaching in the social sciences and humanities. So these are the schools. So we are over here at the Lodi Road, the different schools that Dr. Santosh already talked about. So the School of Education Studies, it is envisioned to evolve as a community of professionals and scholars endeavoring to understand education in its historical and contemporary context through engaged scholarship and practice, aiming to bridge the gap between theory and practice of education in its multiple locations. It aims to foster greater convergence between the study of education as a social phenomena and the preparation of professional educators. Now, this may seem as a lot, but as we go through this presentation, you will see how our programs are trying to bring in, not only introduce students to the different dimensions of education, but also locations where education is practiced in addition to the university classroom. So these are our SES faculty, and many of the faculty have already joined here. What I would like to mention is that there is not enough time to go over the profile of each and every faculty. However, I would like to say that all the profiles are actually on already on on our own website. So if any of you are interested in any particular area, please to go and check the profiles. So Dr. Gunjan Sharma is here, Dr. Moni Malika is here, Dr. Mansi is here, Dr. Manish is also here, and Dr. Shivani Nag is here. Then we have Dr. Nivedita Sarkar, Dr. Ambika, Dr. Rishabh, Dr. Rajshri, me, and Dr. Nidhi. And so our faculty, so in terms of the areas of specialization, our school actually has a very wide, we go both, wide and also quite a lot of depth. So there are, so our faculty, specialize in areas of, educational theory, curriculum studies, education policy, reform, higher education, economics of education, social science education, sociology of education, early childhood care and education, language literacy education, multilingualism, inclusive education, critical pedagogy, teacher education. We also have faculty with specialization in Hindi literature, geography. So, this is by no means a comprehensive list, but, it helps us especially for our doctoral programs. So, the key point for today's presentation, what we are going to introduce to you are the different kinds of programs. So we do have programs from, UG programs, PG programs, and PhD program, and also a certificate program, which we will talk about. So this very year, we have started with two pre-service teacher education programs, which are also known as the integrated teacher education programs for two different streams, preparatory and secondary. More details will come later on in the presentation. We have two MA programs, our flagship MA education program, and also a MA education program with a specialization in early childhood care and education. We have two PhD programs. One is a PhD in education, and the second one is a PhD in English language education. And this year, again, we have launched across our university, which is the Competence Enhancement Scheme, which is a certificate program. So now I will hand it over to Dr. Manish.
Manish, I think unmute yourself.
Mansi, maybe you can go ahead.
Sure. Manish, try to log out and join again. Maybe that will help. We can't hear you. So, taking on from what Sunita shared, our postgraduate programs, which are already on offer, are characterized and they have a kind of a unique selling point, if we can say it like that, right from the beginning, from 2012, when we started our flagship MA education program, we emphasized, that component of bridging theory and practice gap by including in our programs intensive field engagement at diverse sites. So our students get an exposure and opportunity to visit NGO sites. They get an opportunity to do internships in school settings. They also get opportunities to work with policy think tanks. So we have had over the years, and Anganwadi in the case of early childhood students. So our programs are marked by, very concerted and conscious efforts to establish linkages with field, with organizations, with practicum, through inclusion of workshops and integrating students into faculty projects. Students get an opportunity to interact with faculty members, practitioners, and scholars from across the domain of educational scholarship, as well as the development sector. And the whole focus is on enabling them to enhance their professional and research competencies. We are able to do that by dedicating 6 credit load of work as part of their dissertation in the postgraduate programs, but also project work which is woven within the courses that are offered as part of core and electives. We create space and consciously curate seminars for our students and conferences on a periodic basis. We have been hosting visiting faculty, Fulbright scholars, and adjunct faculty who help us offer specialized courses, workshops, and consultations. We are also characterized by a very optimal student-faculty ratio, which allows us to do close mentoring, help students pick up and refine their academic reading, writing skills, along with close engagement with critical reading of scholarly works. So we are able to do that through our tutorial system, through guided reading courses. We also have guided school internship projects, which are woven or run, which for early childhood program, they run across 3 semesters and a summer, and for MA education in the summer and the 3rd semester. We're also, like university on the whole, have adopted continuous assessment right from the very beginning, which allow us to engage with students' work, their voices, and give formative feedback along the way. There are regular student seminars which are part of each of the courses. Students get opportunities to do project work. They do film reviews, case analysis. They do textbook reviews as part of the curriculum courses. And many of us have been following very innovative and creative assessment exams as well. And you can see some snippets from these field exposure visits and field immersion visits that our students have had. Some of these are from Anganwadi centers, SOS as an organization where our students have interned over the last 2-3 years. Even during the pandemic, we were one of the few schools and I think departments in the city and in the country, if I can say so, we were able to have our students do 21-day field-based field attachments in an online mode. We had collaboration with schools like Harman Minor schools, which allowed our students access to classrooms on a day-to-day basis right in the peak of the pandemic. So I think that's one salient point which our postgraduate students have an advantage over when they do their master's program with us as opposed to any other place, because they really get opportunities to pick up observational skills, research writing, report writing, and also assisting in the organizations in the domain of work that they're doing. And it translates into very effective placement mechanism, where many of these organizations where our students go for internship, not just in a particular year, but in earlier years as well, they kind of become our brand ambassadors, and these organizations know the kind of synergy there is between what we claim that we want to do and what we practice in actual. So our students get placed oftentimes in the 4th semester, even before the program is completely over. These are some more snippets of the kind of group work I was talking about, project work with students to invited lectures and seminars that we invest our energies and efforts in. And maybe Manish, if let's see if you're audible now.
Is it better now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm really sorry for that internet issue. All our MA programs, the medium of instruction is English. And as Dr. Mansi was sharing, MA has 4 semesters, but the field attachments are also undertaken during summer vacations. So it effectively means that you have 4 semesters plus summer, 3 weeks in summer vacation for non-school and field attachments, which together comprise an MA program. One more thing which is important is that both the MA programs also have a compulsory dissertation component. Okay. So a 6 credit dissertation also has to be compulsorily taken by all the students. We have tutorials and other things. Dr. Kapyal has also referred that when we are talking about MA education program, then being a master's program, there is definitely a focus on theories and readings, concepts and perspectives. But along with it, there are 2 other things which are part of the MA program. The practices. So we study practices in terms of reading, but we also engage with practices both in school and in various kinds of things, sites where education is practiced. But we also engage with policies. So various courses actually undertake an analysis of policies, whether related to education or to social sciences or the current educational policy or of curriculum or with reference to disability or language in multiple courses. So policy analysis is also a significant part of our program. The idea is that we are not just preparing teacher educators, but we want to help our students learn, develop ability to engage with education at a variety of sites, develop analytical capacities. They should be able to take tasks independently, reflect, critique independently, judge, develop things. So with that perspective, we are looking at both social phenomena and education as an area of knowledge. And so that when they study education from multiple perspectives, they can compare, contrast, and develop insights. Next slide, please. So in this 70 credit MA program, MA education program, there are 4 kinds of things. Which are core courses. Second, elective courses. Third are workshops as well as field attachments. And the fourth is dissertation, right? So the core courses come from different disciplinary dimensions, foundational dimensions, which form education. They are from history, philosophy, sociology, psychology. So we have courses in which are with both sociological, anthropological, as well as child development perspectives, understanding children and childhood. We have courses on history of education in modern India and state society and education, which are historical and sociological in nature. We have 2 courses on philosophical perspectives, philosophy and education, and introduction to in second semester, there is also a course on philosophical perspectives. Then we have courses on curriculum theory and experiencing education, and a variety of elective courses are on offer. It is important to note that elective courses can be taken both from the School of Education at Rosie Road campus, but within the limits of timetable and travel within the city, they can also be taken from other MA programs at other campuses. So they can be in the areas of gender and education or education development. These could be related to teacher education. They could be related to a course which is quite in demand now, educational organization and leadership. There are courses on research methods, whether qualitative or quantitative. Those who are interested in inclusion and differently abled children can offer those courses, or with reference to literature. There are courses on multilingualism. There are courses on feminist theory. So there are courses on economics of education, okay, or social marginality, social equity. So a variety of such courses are available. But we also understand that students come from different set of backgrounds. We also need to train them. So there are also skill-based workshops program. whether in basic skills and referencing, note making, researching, or in terms of self-development, or in terms of dealing with some basic statistics in education. Field attachments have already been referred to along with dissertation. Dissertation begins in semester 3 and is to be submitted in semester 4. Field attachment programs in this program are during summer vacation between semester 2 and 3 and in semester 3, while in MAECC, which Dr. Thapiyal will explain later on, they are from the very first semester. Next slide, please. So yeah, Mansi, do you take
Thank you, Manish. Yeah. So as Manish shared, like the two MA programs of School of Education really share the spirit of engaging with practice and enabling our students to be theoretically grounded. The program came out of a very close collaboration with Center for Early Childhood Education and Development, which AUD had, and which spoke to the imminent need for a program which prepares practitioners in the early childhood education domain. And we also know, like, if I can plug that in, that Center for Early Childhood Education and Development at AUD played a critical role in the taking shape of policy on early childhood education in the country. So this program has been conceptualized with that vision of creating human resources, which and enabling these human resources with professional upgradation of quality of planning, supervision, and management of ECC programs for young children. ECC stands for Early Childhood Care and Education. So what the program does is it tries to, through a rigorous engagement with educational theory, practice, and policies, provide an insight into in-depth and scholarly understanding of ECC issues, which is anchored, as Manish shared, in the case of education also, in various disciplines. So we provide through our coursework an sufficiently in-depth exposure to discourses in child development, sociology, history, critical pedagogy, psychoanalytical perspective, anthropology, and management. So the overall objectives of this particular MA program is to create knowledgeable early childhood personnel in the field of early childhood care and education. Engage students in existing literature, allow them to engage with problem posing and collecting evidence to address questions, and develop appreciation for evidence-based practice and scientific inquiry. As I shared earlier, our students get opportunities to participate at various sites of early childhood care and education through series of well-planned field engagement exposure. Next slide. The course structure differs between the two MA programs in terms of the nature of foundation courses. Since the focus is on the child development and early childhood literacy and curriculum, our core courses and foundation courses focus on those themes. We have understanding childhood and children, play, learning, and creativity, which is such a critical theme. And if I can say that, our foundation courses are really some things, their orientation and their theoretical perspectives our students get exposure to really hold our students in a better stead, and they are ready for research as well as practice. So we have language development and early literacy, observation and assessment of young children, lot of courses with research component, introduction to educational research. So these are foundation courses. And electives, what Manish shared with you all in the previous slide for MA education. So ECC students also get to choose from amongst the same set of electives. I've already shared about field attachment. It runs across first semester, second semester, summer, and semester 3, and it's closely tied to the kinds of courses we offer in semesters 1 and 2 and 3. We also have workshop components, like in terms of self-development workshops, specific workshops in health and nutrition, arts and learning, which are core to the domain of early childhood education. They also get opportunities to engage with setting up of inclusive ECC programs, and the common component of basic research skill training is there for ECC students as well. Gunjan, and next slide.
Yeah, thank you, Mansi. On behalf of the school, I'm really happy to announce and also share in a forum. It's almost a one-on-one interaction forum that we are launching two new undergraduate programs. called Integrated Teacher Education Programs, or the BA B.Ed programs from 2023 admission cycle. We will be the first among the first 42 institutions nationally and among the 3 universities in Delhi that have been granted recognition by the National Council for Teacher Education to offer these programs. It has been a really long time that we have been waiting to launch these programs. And with the advent of the release of NEP 2020, one of the recommendations was to offer such programs which integrate multidisciplinary undergraduate education with professional preparation for school teachers. And thereby we started these programs. We are offering these programs from 23 onwards. And these programs envision to provide excellent quality pre-service teacher education that addresses the long-standing issue of insufficient focus on disciplinary knowledge and lack of its integration with the professional knowledge in teacher preparation in India. We are offering 2 programs. One is called the BA B.Ed Preparatory Program, which will prepare teachers for classes 3 to 5. And the second program is BA B.Ed Secondary Program, which will prepare teachers for classes 9 to 12. Both of these have been recognized by the National Council for Teacher Education, which is the regulatory body for teacher education. Both the programs are based on the new curriculum structure proposed by the NEP National Education Policy 2020, which is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. These programs will lead to dual major degrees, which will involve a major in school subject areas of the student's choice and the qualifying degree for school teaching. This program will become the minimum qualification for becoming a school teacher in India by the year 2030. It is already recognized, and by 2030 this will become the main stay of teacher preparation in India. It will provide holistic undergraduate education equivalent to an undergraduate degree in relevant school subject and also the qualification for school teaching. The curriculum will be provided by the National Council for Teacher Education. A broad template is underway, and the major categories under which the curriculum will be organized will include the foundations of education, subject specialization, pedagogy courses, ability enhancement courses, school experience, and community engagement. School experience will be a major intensive component of both these programs. The next slide shows the process of admission to these programs. There was a question by probably one student who joined, interested candidate who joined, about how the admissions will take place to this program. So these entrances will be conducted by the National Testing Agency, and there will be a CUET-like examination called National Common Entrance Test that will be carried out by the National Testing Agency. The online application forms for the NCET test have been announced by the NTA. You can check the NTA website, and the date is 26 June to 19th July. Up to 11:30 p.m. So interested candidates are requested to visit the links that have been pasted below the table that you see on the screen. And the eligibility is 10 plus 2, class 12 with 50% marks or equivalent grade. And this will lead to a 4-year dual major holistic bachelor's degree titled BA B.Ed with the school subject specialization preparatory or secondary mentioned in the brackets of the program. We also have 2 PhD programs in the school. One of the PhD programs is called PhD Program in Education, which was started in 2019. It is designed to engage scholars committed to identifying challenges in education, developing newer insights, and contributing to the knowledge construction in the discipline, and aims to nurture research scholars and develop their capacity to study the changing landscape of education and critical issues of education in various sites of practice. The program outcomes that are there on the screen include conducting independent research and collaborative research, following research and academic ethics, developing an integrated understanding of education and related disciplines through coursework, critically examine political and socio-economic contexts of education, and contribute to curriculum development, policy development, planning of educational schemes. And also not just do research, but also acquire ability to teach undergraduate and graduate level courses. The other program is the PhD program in English language education, which has been approved, and it will conduct its first cycle of admissions this year, 2023, but it will include also the cycle for the previous year, 2022. The program, as the title suggests, is focused on English language education. It's a program aiming to contribute to augmentation of ELE as a sub-discipline of education with much needed focus on Indian context and interest. The program aims to converge local and global ELE principles and practices, approaching ELE as a social phenomena informed by historical and contemporary perspective. And the program attempts to focus on exploring and understanding the domain and practices of ELE from an Indian perspective, striving to develop effective principles and strategies for ELE practices for improved learning outcomes, creating opportunities for teacher professional development, and working towards creation of knowledge base for ELE with a strong relevance for India. There are other outcomes also that overlap and intersect with the ones that we have discussed. On the next slide, you will see some components that are common to both the programs. These are, the larger administrative and, the support systems available for the doctoral research and programs here at AUD. These are common across other programs as well. These are fellowships. There are a variety of fellowships available for doctoral candidates at AUD. One, of course, is the JRF SRF as recognized by and provided by the University Grants Commission. But AUD also has a AUD Merit Research Fellowship Scheme, which is equivalent to JRF in terms of its stipend, and it is provided to the meritorious students of the PhD program who perform very well at the entrance stage. It is offered for 3 years and is extendable up to 5 years. There's also AUD non-net fellowship of rupees 16,000 per month, which is quite higher, much higher than what several other institutions provide. It is provided for a period of 3 years and is extendable up to 4 years. This is provided to all candidates irrespective of whether they have a net or not. Merit is not a qualifying criteria for this. So invariably, all of our students have some kind of fellowship support available for them. There are also other schemes available for doctoral scholars. One of them is travel grants for national and international conferences both. There are certain fieldwork grants, and there are also AUD research publication awards that have been recently initiated. In terms of the areas of research, we at SES have a host of specializations that Dr. Sunita Singh also talked about and are available in detail on our website. But one thing that I want to state here is that we specialize both in qualitative and quantitative methods. So you will find both kinds of methodological orientations among the faculty. There are 10 seats per program, and the eligibility is minimum 55% of marks in the master's degree. The duration is minimum 3 years and maximum 6 years, and the coursework is of 2 semesters and about 16 credits. The admission details for the PhD programs will be announced soon on the website. The next is a new initiative at AUD, which is Competence Enhancement Scheme. This is designed for those who are interested in not doing a full degree, but probably a smaller course, a smaller kind of an engagement with the school or the university. This scheme is available across different schools of AUD. In this, a person who may be a working professional, may have studied long time back, or may have developed some interest in some area, some specific area, can actually opt from certain courses that the schools offer and they can take these courses as independent certificate courses. As of now, SES is offering 7 courses for a competence enhancement scheme. These include Education in India, which is a master's level course, History of Education in Modern India, again a master's course, Reading Educational Policies, Educational Organization and Leadership, Language Development and Early Literacy, Multi-Voice Classrooms and Feminist Pedagogies, Inclusion of Young Children with Disabilities. All of these are PG courses, master's level courses, but hopefully later on we will be able to offer more courses. The details on how to take admission to these courses are available again on our website. So thank you, and I request Mansi to take this forward.
Thanks, Gunjan. We, as Professor Santosh Singh had said, that we are at the Lodhi Road campus of the university, and it used to be in the initial days, kind of sad for all of us, because we were at the Kashmiri Gate with all our colleagues, and in 2017, when the government of Delhi offered this campus, which used to be a school building earlier, to us to start a full-fledged education studies school with our undergraduate program also, and continuous professional development programs as well, we were shifted to this campus. But over the years, we've come to love this place. We've come to also appreciate the serene and calm kind of a vibe which our campus has. It is very close to Jorbagh metro station. So it's accessible for students. Many of our students just simply walk down in the morning hours and in late evening hours also. It's very pleasant to walk down through the Najaf Khartoum to the metro station. It's a small campus. It used to be a school building, but we have infrastructure for students' recreation as well. You're not able to see these, but we have a kind of basketball, volleyball, whatever, a badminton net kind of a court. And an internal space also for students to play a little bit. We do have a very good computer lab, which can accommodate 40 to 45 students at a time. We have, one of the better, we have a library which is small, but you will get an excellent collection of education, psychology, and allied disciplines within that space. If more of you join, then the kind of and we are hoping that with the undergraduate students also coming in, this campus will have a definite vibrancy to it, which we have been missing for a while. And of course, then COVID came in, so we missed that in-person contact, which the campus life allows us to have. So we have facilities of a seminar hall, library, reading room. The building is accessible. We have a functional lift to help students move across the 4 floors of the building. Sunita, next slide. I mentioned in the beginning about placements for our students, and I think at AUD, apart from the management school, education school is one which has been consistently recognized for the kind of brand image it has created, and whether it's development sector organizations, NGOs like Pratham, Bodh Shiksha Samiti, Azim Premji Foundation, Vikram Shila, etc., where our students have found placements. Our students have also, particularly the early childhood care students, graduates have found placements in very, very reputed schools in the city. Because the kind of exposure they get to both to research and early childhood curriculum makes them like the perfect candidate to take care of early childhood education. Our students have also pursued the track of qualifying the NET JRF examinations, pursuing PhDs, not just in Delhi, not just in the country, but also universities abroad. Students have qualified NET and have got jobs as teacher educators in diets, universities and college departments of education, and they are BLEd faculty as well. Some of them have worked as research consultants for state level agencies and projects like SSA, RMSA, NLM, midday meal. I already said about NGO and private organizations. Some of them also got opportunities to work on consultancy and as project consultants for international agencies like World Bank, UNICEF, and technical corporation agencies. So for admission related updates, I think our master's programs are well known. Our PhD program is also well known. So people keep looking for it. So one thing which is remarkable for the current year is that we are starting off with the 2 integrated teacher education programs. And you can notice the links for them are here. Please take note of these, and the recording will be available later. So you can keep following up on our website to check the details. And Sunita has also posted it on the chat. So for any further update about filling up for admission form for the PGs, for which CUET score I think is going to be announced soon, and for undergrad admission I think it has already happened. For ITEP also there will be information soon available on our website. And Santosh had already shared with us about the fee structure at AUD, something which is of a unique feature as well. So we charge fee per semester. When you apply to AUD, you will find the fee may appear to be significantly higher as compared to some of the other government universities in the city, but may not be as high when you compare to other private institutions. However, we provide full tuition fee waivers for SC, ST, PWD candidates, and we also offer a fee waivers based on income criteria. So it's a differential kind of a fee structure, and you will understand it when you fill the form based if you have the right kind of documentation which is required for claiming the fee waiver. You don't need to pay the full fee. And all this related information with respect to the fee waivers that we are offering can be found at the link that has been posted on this slide. So I told you that we share a nice vibe at this place. We are very few, but we have fun whenever we can. So this is a picture from before COVID. We organized an Oktoberfest. Student-led initiative, and all of us had great fun as being part of it. The next picture, we share a very non-hierarchical relationship with our students and colleagues, of course. And so this is the Dean's office. Sunita is standing right there, and students celebrated Teachers' Day. So this, I think, is last year's Teachers' Day that we celebrated together with our students. Next slide. This is a convocation with our dear students for MA education for the 2022 graduating batch. You can see the numbers there, and this event was organized at Kashmiri Gate campus, and this is the convocation batch for Early Childhood Care and Education 2022. All the teachers are here and students are here. And we'll close it with the last slide of the graffiti our students have done on the walls of Lodi Road campus. So if you come visit us, whether you are interested in the BA program, PhD program, or master's program, you'll see how students own the place, right from the building, its walls, to the classrooms and the teachers also. So we really look forward to having more of you engage with us by being our students. And if you don't want to study here right now, but do talk about us to friends who may be interested in taking up teacher education, or who may be interested in doing PhD in education, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have now. Sunita, over to you.
Yes, okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, Santosh. And so, we are here, admissions. The only thing I would say that, all the information is available on our website, on our university website. If you look at the university website, there is a link for admissions, and there are different tabs for UG, PG, and very soon you will also get the PhD admission. Our own school website also is updated, and if you need any more information regarding any of the programs, I have already given the email. So, you can just write an email to ses@aud.ac.in and somebody will respond to you. So I think that is all for now. And thank you very much, Manish, Mansi, Gunjan. And if anybody wishes to add anything, please do. Otherwise, hand it over to you, Santosh. Thank you again.
No, I just wanted to make a few points.
Sure.
Add to what Mansi was mentioning about the library facilities. The beauty of our university is that we share resources.
Yeah.
That's very, very important for us. So you may see Liberty Road Library look like very small, but when we add these 4 libraries that we have, it's a substantial library, and we do share. There's an arrangement through which books circulate across these 4 campuses. Number one. Number two, about this perception about substantially higher fee. I think let me add that there's a logic behind this. What appears to be a little higher, that is, if you look at the amount of money that we spend on waivers, it's almost about 39% of our tuition fee collection we spend on waivers. You know, the amount of money that we spend on travel grants, for example, not just masters or PhD students, but also BA students. If somebody wants to attend a conference, somebody wants to attend a seminar, somebody wants to go abroad, both national and international seminars, I think there is no discrimination. Usually what happens that you will find some university incentivizing or facilitating these master's level students or PhD students. But we have a very generous liberal policy to kind of encourage the students to do some of these or participate in these seminars and all of these. That requires money, number one. Number two, as I said, that it is very important for us in Ambedkar University to constantly keep talking to the outside world, and theorizing and conceptualizing within the classroom is very, very strong and fundamental part of knowledge production and university system. It's always been. But I think when we started off, we realized, I think there was some understanding that we need to kind of create a mechanism through which there is a constant dialogue happening between what in sociology we call book view and field view. And that's very, very important. I think it runs across all the programs and all the campuses and courses, that we want our students to experience the world outside. So there is a lot of emphasis given to fieldwork component or hands-on learning component or immersive part of, or experiential part of learning outside in the field, and then come back and see how much of the concepts and theories that we have learned in a very controlled environment of classroom actually does have any correspondence with the outer world or not. This is very important for us, and that is what I think we believe is what that makes Ambedkar University sort of outstanding. Let me put it like that. That's where I think our focus is like that, very student-centric. Absolutely, as I said, that we are very sensitive to the margin of all kinds, marginalities of all kinds, inclusion and access and equity are the key words, key guiding words in our life here, in whatever we do, and these things are very important. And basically, what I'm trying to say beyond this, that when you try and do some of these things, I think it requires money, bit of money. And that is why you did little bit of, or some if you see the difference, and the difference is because of that also. So that part is something that I wanted to highlight. But as I said before, it should not, Sunita also said this, that, you know, if you have the will to pursue a higher education, but nothing can stop you from pursuing that dream. And the access we take very seriously, all of us. So that part should really encourage you to look at our website and our brochure and what we do actually. You know, I just said that, you know, infrastructure is, most of the time we see in our world that all the universities, newspaper you open and you see the big universities are all big advertisements. But I think we have, anything that we have to advertise about is our faculty colleagues. That's how we are. That's our strength. Our pedagogical standpoints, our commitment to the marginalities, and our faculty colleagues. This is what we want to forefront. That's what we are at Ambedkar University, Delhi. And I want that when you want to make a choice about where to go, I think you should come to Lodi Road campus for doing all of this. Rest assured that we are there from the day one, and we'll continue to remain in touch with you even after you leave us. That has been absolutely fundamental to our being as AOD, Ambedkar University Delhi faculty. We bring a long walks together. So basically, we are co-travelers. If you want to join this kind of environment, Ambedkar University Delhi is the right place for you. So please do join next time. We are there to welcome you. Nothing should stop you from pursuing your higher education. That's what we are there. So Sunita ji, with all of this, I think it was a fantastic presentation. I think the most colorful presentation that I have read so far, and very beautifully curated and very artistically and aesthetically done. So congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you, Santosh, and thank you for organizing these. Thank you.
I hope some of it actually does make a difference. Even if it doesn't, the point is that we will be very happy that we tried, isn't it? So thank you, everyone, and thank you for giving the time during the summer break. I am responsible, so I have to say sorry about the interruption. But enjoy, come back refreshed, and then we have another semester waiting. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Regards.